Hey guys, if you didn't know, it's your girl Burgundy Blue, and I want to thank you so much for being a part of my YouTube channel. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Also, I want to let you know I have a Patreon, I have a Buy Me a Coffee site, and I also have an eBay store. You can find all the ways to support your girl in the banner. I thank you so much, and let's get to the live show.
Commentary blue, commentary, burgundy, commentary, comment blue, commentary, comment burgundy blue, commentary blue, commentary, burgundy, commentary, commentary.
You know, I'm trying to get acclimated to this live. Hey, you guys, welcome back to Burgundy Blue Commentary. I appreciate you so much for being here. So today we're going to talk about Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Oh, let me take this off. Sorry, guys. And if you're here, hit the like button. Hold on one second, guys. Okay, we set up. All right. So you guys, thanks for being here. I want to talk about Gypsy Rose. Now, let me know if it's just me or are you following and if being forced to follow actually Gypsy Rose's steps out of prison recently. So if you didn't know, real quick, like you have to know, like everybody knows, Gypsy Rose mother basically just, I don't even see how she's still alive, but her mother did a number on her, and her mother was suffering from Munchausen by proxy, and she made Gypsy Rose sick every day of her life. She abused her, got her a feeding tube. You know, it was so much going on, and I linked the story below. Like, poor Gypsy. Like I always say, someone that's supposed to take care of you, nurture you, love you, do stuff like that to you, it's just like, how do you go about life? You know what I mean? So this is my issue. Okay, when we get into the issue, um now that's that, like this poor girl. Okay, so her mother did all that um horribleness, and Gypsy got with her boyfriend at the time, who she met online. I mean, this girl went through so much. Like, she was trying to get, her mother wouldn't let her have a computer, wouldn't let her have Wi-Fi, wouldn't let her have sugar, wouldn't let her have anything, right? So she snuck around, and for a year she basically, with her boyfriend Nick, plotted to kill her mother. Okay. And they did uh they together, but Nick was the hands that physically did it, viciously murdered her mother, right? And he said he did it like to make sure that she would stay safe. You know, can you imagine somebody you love going through those things they're telling you about, and they're like, the only way we can be together and I could be safe because my mother's gonna find me anywhere we go. And I could sort of agree with that, because in the midst of Gypsy going through all this, she had plenty of adults around, doctors, and her dad uh and his wife. She had siblings being born, all this stuff going on, and nobody came to check on poor Gypsy. It seemed like Dee Dee just kept her in a bubble. So I could never be in her shoes, but I could see the desperation coming in, right? So boom, that was our preview on Gypsy. Like I said, I linked everything below. Now, my problem comes in at this celebrity status thing. And you guys, so Lifetime is doing a documentary, and it's following the release of Gypsy and the confessions of Gypsy Rose while she was in prison, right? So it's new details that she tells us that she told no one, not a soul, not even her attorneys. Nobody knows the truth. So I've been watching a little bit of it, but the part that got me was part 6. This is her wedding to her now husband, Ryan, which, oh my God, Ryan. Now let me be clear. It's not about the physical with Ryan. Like, that's beyond. I've said, when I saw the side by side of Ryan and her mother, like the facial thing was a little taking her back. I saw that floating around on the internet. But it's about how they go about the things that's going on. So Gypsy is released for prison. Y'all, is so much I want to talk about. Let's talk about the press run. Let's start there. So right now Gypsy is out of prison. She's been out since December 28th. And so they've been on this press run to promote the Lifetime series and frankly her being out. So she was on The View and she was on this podcast. I think it's Nick Vale podcast. Let me just go to my notes. And thanks for being here, guys. I really appreciate it. Let me see if I could delete. So the Nick Vale podcast, and I'm gonna play a snippet of that. I'm gonna try to claim fair use. And I also linked him below. I'm gonna play about 15 seconds of that. It was about the Taylor Swift thing that it piqued my interest. But I think you should listen to the podcast because it's Gypsy and her husband, her now husband Ryan, who I don't get the best vibes from. I'm gonna be honest. It seems like he's a little clingy and and you have to watch the Lifetime documentary to see a little bit more of him. He's very insecure, a little clingy and obsessive over Gypsy. That's what I'm getting. So let's play a little clip of the Nick VL. I hope I'm saying it right. Podcast, and I've linked it in the description box below. I found it quite interesting on Gypsy and her responses. Where is her? I know she got it, but where's her publicist at? Her publicist is doing a horrible job. Like I don't even know why she is on these why she's out speaking out loud and not advocating for what she went through, but more of her life now. Okay, let's play this podcast, y'all. Let me give you the background. So basically, this is what happened. So she is at the podcast and they're talking about a TMZ article that came out. Now, if you follow the the Lifetime special, the police and sheriffs come to Gypsy's door, tell her that they're in Missouri. They tell her she has to leave the state right now. And she's screaming, hollering, and crying. But in the previews, I didn't know why. I thought they were making her leave her home. I didn't know she was in Missouri. So allegedly she's in Missouri. And if you guys are a Taylor Swift fan, she's dating one of the Kansas City Chiefs, right? So she's been at the games in the skybox, Taylor Swift supporting her boyfriend, right? And so Gypsy is a Taylor Swift fan. So she's like, hey, when I get out, let's get tickets to the Kansas City Chief game and maybe I could meet Taylor Swift. Now, it wasn't just that, because the day that Gypsy got out until now, anytime you see her mention anything, it's her favorite singer is Taylor Swift, just like a normal young lady, right? Her favorite singer is Taylor Swift. She wants to meet Taylor Swift. Who's going to play her in a biopic? Who's going to have the music for her movie? Like, she's obsessed with Taylor Swift. So someone like most young women, right? They love Taylor Swift. So she's getting ready to go to the Kansas City Chiefs game, and Taylor Swift is who she wants to hopefully run into. Now, let's stop there. Let's listen to, this is the part that got me. She was agitated because TMZ called her a felon. You guys correct me if I'm wrong, because I thought she was a felon at this point, but it was like even the podcast co-host, she was like, the audacity of TMZ calling you a felon. She is, right? She is a felon. So what's the problem? Let's listen together.
It was just like, that would be cool, because she's my favorite singer. And then TMZ got a hold of the story. Mm-hmm. But also TMZ, not to, say anything bad about TMZ, called me a felon. So, I mean, in the article.
Y'all, when the co-host was like, ain't trying to laugh. Hey, Ezel. Hey, Tawanda. I'm not trying to laugh. Believe me, Gypsy Rose situation is very serious. It was my girl that was the co-host. Wait, she was like, yeah, TMZ called me a felon. The co-host was like, oh, no way. What am I missing here? What am I missing here? She's a felon. She's a felon. Like, we have to deal with it. What happened to her was horrible. What happened to her was unbelievably horrible and it terrible. She paid her time in, to society. She got out early, but she's a felon. But y'all, I have to play that one more time for people that just got in the room. I was like, what? Hold on, guys. Like really listen to it's 15 seconds. Listen to the co-host. The co-host.
It was just like, that would be cool. Because she's my favorite singer. And then TMZ got a hold of the story. Mm-hmm. But also TMZ, not to, say anything bad about TMZ, called me a felon. So, I mean, in the article.
What are we missing here? Okay, so she's a felon. We deal with it. You're a felon. Circumstances, you were not supposed to be in this. But do you know how? I'm not even gonna go there because I actually started a breakdown of other cases, not Munchausen by proxy cases, but cases where people have had no choice. Like we're saying, Gypsy didn't. Some people feel like she didn't have a choice, and they went in, served their debt to society, and yes, they come out felons. Okay, so she wanted to brush up against Taylor Swift at a Kansas City Chief game. Word got out, TMZ called her a felon, and it's not. It is what it is. No, and honestly, I don't think Taylor Swift PR team probably with her image would want her just sitting there in the skybox hugging Gypsy Rose. I don't know, because this is going to. I just feel like she could have got out and advocated for people that were in her situation. Okay. Advocated for women, advocated for people who are victims, things like that. Munchausen by proxy, things like that, right? Start a foundation, things like that. Not come out and tell us about what color highlights and what's the latest designer you're wearing. Okay, now this is another thing I want to talk about. Her husband going every interview with her. He's on everything, over talking. Like, it's like, I don't like that part either. I'm gonna play devil's advocate in Gypsy's defense. Her husband goes everywhere with her, right? And he's on everything talking about, and it's like, oh, nobody believed she could get a husband. She really should have came out as a single woman. That's what she should have did. She should have came out as a single woman, got some therapy. Now, if you haven't been watching the Gypsy Rose files on Lifetime, she actually denied. She went into, allegedly, I have to say allegedly with everything, but she went into prison and they wanted to get her in counseling, and she denied counseling. It was so much going on. Like, she should have got out and got some therapy. Like, one thing she said on The View, which is crazy to think of, is not only did her mother leave the emotional scars, the memories, all that stuff is stuck in her head, right? But she also got to look at her body and see the physical scars that happened to her, and that's horrible. You need some kind of therapy, and I don't know what level of therapy it would be because only God knows. But she didn't need a husband. She needed therapy. And also, I think she rushed to marry him because Ryan, meaning he turned around. And you guys who are new here, I'm getting back to the live. So it's a little bit, I have a speech impediment a little bit. So if I know I'm saying or stuttering on my words a little bit, forgive me. I'm trying to get back in that groove. Okay. So Ryan, he actually was a school teacher. We'll get into all that. But the prison would not release Gypsy to a friend. She had to be released to family. So therefore, she married Ryan. Now, this is the tea, y'all. So in episode 6, if you haven't watched any episodes, watch episode 6. So this stuff is almost like it should have been on VH1. Okay, it shouldn't have even been on Lifetime. This is how crazy it is. So Gypsy is with Ryan. So Ryan gives us a story of how he was at work one day and it was slow at work, and it was during a pandemic. And he said, "Hey, to his coworker, the coworker came to him and said, 'Hey, you know what? I want to write Tiger King.'" And then he went to her and said, "You know what? I forgot Tiger King's name, Joe Exotic." She wanted to write Joe Exotic because that was really popular on Netflix at the time. And then he goes in and says, "Hey, you know what? I want to write Gypsy Rose. If you do that, I'm gonna write Gypsy Rose." So it was like a bet. But he said he watched the documentary, not the act, not the dramatization on Hulu, but he watched the Mommy Dead and Dearest. I think that was on A&E. I have to double check that, but he watched that and he was like, "I watched it, then I watched it again, and I was like, oh, she's kind of cute." The girl that was getting abused the entire time and had a boyfriend, and they had to come up with a scheme to off her mom. You were looking at that and you said she was cute. Okay, as I digress, sir. You win. So he started writing Gypsy Rose, and Gypsy Rose wrote him back. And he was like, "Oh my goodness, what will make her write me back?" In my eyes, I'm sorry, Gypsy Rose was writing everybody. Her time was going so fast because she was writing everybody back. Okay, if you wrote Gypsy Rose, she was gonna write you back if you was a man. Period. So he and her got involved in the pen pal letters and the back and forth and all of that stuff. But at the time, she was engaged to another guy named Ken, right? So she was engaged to Gypsy Rose. Let me stop. I'm bitter. I'm over here like Gypsy Rose is getting more men in prison. But in all seriousness, she was engaged to Ken. And that didn't work out. So she finally started dating our guy Ryan here. And Ryan started to visit. And then they started to say they fell in love. And the rest is history. Episode 6, I'm giving y'all that background because now it's like 4 days before the wedding. Something like that. Gypsy, Ryan all nervous, like, "I can't believe I got a woman like Gypsy. She's so beautiful. She loved me. I can't wait to do this. I can't wait to do that." So he's preparing, he's buying cupcakes, he going to get his best dress because he about to marry the love of his life. Honey, when I tell you Gypsy Rose called this man in the middle of the night, disturbing his sleep. He like, "Yeah, sweetheart." She like, "Yeah, I had a dream. I had a dream. And so what I did, because I had this dream, I called my ex because I still have feelings for him and I still love him. You about to get married to Ryan. It was unbelievable. So y'all, Ryan was so upset. He's running through the house. I already know that house got, and they didn't show this, but I already know that the walls of his house got some holes in it. He was like, "But you said you love me." And she was like, "Yeah, but I still got feelings for him." And I was like, this is manipulation at its best. Like I was like, why would you call and say that? And it brought me back to, so let me finish with Ryan. So Ryan all upset. He hang up on her like, F you then. F you. It was crazy. Like, oh my God, the drama. So Gypsy was like, "Oh, okay." So y'all, let's go back to this podcast. Fast forward. Now this is before she got out of jail. So this was in July of last year that this went down because her and Ryan almost been married. They've been married they're not newlyweds. It's almost a year. So fast forward to this podcast of 2024, the Nick Vilail, I linked it in the description box. She was like, yeah, and my exes still be calling and texting me. They be texting my mom, my stepmom, then my stepmom tell me. So Ryan sitting over there again, insecure, jealous, scared because this man had lost his job. I did not see any family of his nowhere on the show yet. Y'all let me know. I haven't seen anybody. I haven't seen no family of his talk about anything. He's nervous. He like, oh my God, Gypsy Rose gonna leave me. So why do you keep on egging on how many men want you, Gypsy? Now that wasn't even it. So the stepmama revealed it was another fiance. Okay. Now I'm gonna get to the comments. So Ryan running around, he upset, he's scared, he don't know where he gonna do. So it's the day of the wedding. Now this is just episode 6 of Lifetime's the Prison Confessions of Gypsy Rose, if you haven't seen it. So now it's the day of the wedding, y'all. The day he then went and drove down to where she is. I think she is locked up in Missouri. He drove over to where she was. He then went and picked up cupcakes. He got the rings. He got the little prison photos to show up until the time how they all been jamming. He got him a motel room, and he's getting married in the morning. You know that lady ain't called him all day. She ain't called to see if he made it. She ain't called to see how he was doing. She ain't called how to see his what kind of she just was like, whatever. So finally, so he's talking to the cameras. He's like, oh my goodness, I'm a nervous wreck. Do she love me? Will she call me? What's gonna happen? Like, is she still gonna marry me? So he's a nervous wreck all day. Finally, she called, like, yeah, hey baby, I just was busy today. Girl, busy doing what? What are you busy doing, Gypsy? Gypsy is making sure this man know that she's surprised, which I'm not mad at, but that he could go at any time. Like, she's really not interested in him. I think that she probably was like weighing her options on who is the most stable on paper for her to get out. That's what I think, because they weren't going to release her to just anybody. Okay, let me get to these comments. I'm going to pause right there because I got to show y'all what else this man did. Did I show y'all? I think I showed y'all on TikTok. But yeah, let me go pull this up and let me go to these comments because I was like, Gypsy, why are you playing with this man's heart like that? So one of the things she mentioned too in the documentary was she learned manipulation and how to lie from her mother. And she said she know how to lie without a conscience. I think that was a quote from her mother. And I was like, true. She had to sit up on stage, lie to everybody about what her mom was doing, lie to everybody about finances, this and that. Her age. She probably don't know anything but how to manipulate and lie. Not to say that she wants that. That's just what she knows. Okay, let me get to the comments. Let's get to the comments. Yeah, a Gypsy is a felon. Like, why is she so mad that somebody called her a felon? I was shocked. And we're gonna get to the view when she was like, people tripping, and this me saying the words like that. People tripping when they say I'm a murderer. Y'all, we're gonna get to that. Let's finish these comments. I was like, girl, what are we not getting here? And I'm trying to have an open mind because, like, once again, this poor child. Let me see. This is it. I'm gonna put this right here. Thanks for being here, y'all. If y'all in here, hit the like button. And I'm telling you, we're gonna talk about this. Okay. Hopefully I got the good clip. Okay, thanks for being here, you guys. Gypsy thinks she's a celebrity for real, for real. Yes. Did you guys see my post today about Lamar Odom? He's offering to get her teeth done. And this has already been predicted on TikTok. Now, I think she deserves to get her teeth done for sure. But you guys know Gypsy Rose isn't broke, allegedly, right? She can get her own teeth done. Now, I'm not in her wallet, but allegedly she's not broke. During her prison sentence, it has been said that she was able to capitalize, and you guys please correct me if I'm wrong, if you heard something different. I love to hear your opinions. Like we talk over here. They said that she was able to capitalize off her life story. So when she got out, of course she couldn't use that income then, but when she got out, she had access to a bank account totaling close to $3 million. Now, if you're wondering how many stories have been told on Gypsy Rose, it's approximately 7 documentaries. And then you have the Hulu, the Act, and I forgot what else it was. But anybody that wanted to tell her story, write about her story, proceeds, it was just her and her mom. They own the rights to their story, right? So the money went to Gypsy's management account, whoever it is, and she was able to get that money upon release. Now, even if we don't count those documentaries, Lifetime right now is paying Gypsy Rose for an 8-part series, 8 parts on her life. And they're still filming right now. So it's going to continue. The new season will continue. So Lamar Odom has offered to get Gypsy Rose teeth done. Now, let me tell you something. I think that her teeth, that was the hardest thing to watch for me, besides the feeding tube. When her mom had all her teeth pulled out, I didn't even know that part until I saw the second documentary, and then gave her like falsies to put in. So that's why she has a silver on the side. Her mom was like, "Oh, all your teeth are bad, so they have to go." Like, how just horrible. Horrible, right? Okay. Let's watch. Gypsy was around older women who taught her things, how to manipulate and get things you want. I agree. I agree that she already had it in her a little bit. I agree that what you saying too, Ezel. I feel like she could have been used in prison as well. It's been all these women on TikTok. They've been talking about how they were in prison with Gypsy Rose, and these are TikToks from before she got released. So they were talking about their experience and how she acted, and they said that she really thought she was a celebrity in prison. And when you think about it, guys, she went from being sheltered with her mother, right? To prison, right? She just stuck in there, to now leaving with a husband. She has never been free a day in her life. Like, she's never had to think on her own or have her own mind. Like, this is crazy. Like, she needs that time for herself. But then again, another part of me thinks, like, what would she do if she had too much time on her hands and was alone too much? Like, would those things just mess up her mind even more? I'm just wondering. I'm just talking out loud. I don't know. But this celebrity stuff gotta go. Yeah, Ryan is a weirdo and a middle school teacher. I'm giving him a bombastic side eye too. Yeah, I'm giving Ryan the side eye. I think this story has yet to be told. This is not gonna end well. This is not gonna end well. We already know Gypsy got her pink phone, and baby, we already know that Ryan is on looking through her phone. Like, that whole thing with the D is fire and all this stuff that she's doing. Okay, it's just too much. Speaking of the D, I wanted to talk about how weird it is that we're using so much sex when it comes to Gypsy Rose. Let me give you an example. I'm just going to Google Gypsy Rose. That's all I'm going to do. Gypsy Rose. Okay. So right now, Washington Post said she just released. Hold on, guys. Let me share this screen with y'all. Thanks for being here. If you're here, hit the like. I appreciate you. I think it's so weird that we're using this sexual thing. Like, she's talking about her husband giving her the good D. The D is fire. Where did Gypsy learn how to use emojis that fast? I don't know. But she was on the red carpet talking about consummating her marriage. She went on into the special talking about how they couldn't wait, so they had to pull over and get a hotel room to consummate, to be intimate. Why do we care? That's your husband. You're supposed to do that. And it brought me back to the Nick Godejohn situation where it was used. Sorry, sex was used as a initiative. It was. I don't know if I'm saying the right word, but sex was used as, a reward. Like, they even were intimate after Dee was offed. So I don't get it. Let me share this with you, like just a simple Google search of Gypsy Rose. And thanks for bearing with me because I'm trying to get back into StreamYard over here. Let's see. Chrome tab. Okay, so this is my Gypsy Rose search. Let's see. Okay, so you guys, oh, I'm sorry. Let me take this picture of her down. All right. So this is just a simple Gypsy Rose. So this is starting here. Gypsy Rose reflects on her crime, fame, and married life. Okay, we'll go down here. Who is Gypsy Rose Blanchard husband? Hold on. I feel like I'm missing something. Let me go to all. There we go. Okay. Gypsy Rose released a new ebook with more prison confessions. This is Smile Makeover. Let's go down a little more. Oh, that's where I messed up. Sorry, guys. This is what killed me. Gypsy Rose debuts hair transformation set to a Taylor Swift song. Girl. Okay. And what was the that was yesterday. I got a screen. I think I screenshot everything. But yeah, like all the extra stuff for Gypsy, it turns right into like her sex life, what their plans are, babies. You're married. You're married. That's what married people do. We don't need to know your sex life. We don't even need to know. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Okay, let me see. Okay. The New York Post. Okay, let's go to it. Oh, thanks for being here, guys. Okay, let me just go over here. Boom. Let's read the New York Post. Okay. All right. So I hope you can see it. So it says, Gypsy Rose Blanchard boasts her husband D is fire. Our hot sex is rocking my world. Gypsy Rose Blanchard is staying busy after prison. In the bedroom, the 32-year-old who was released from prison on December 28th after serving more than 7 years for the brutal murder of her abusive mother is clapping back at the haters and standing up for her husband, Ryan Scott Anderson. Like, what? What are you doing? Like, what? This is crazy. Ryan, don't listen to the haters. Gypsy wrote on Instagram, January 2nd, underneath a November selfie of Ryan. I love you and you love me. We do not owe anyone anything. Our family is who matters. If you get likes and good comments, great. If you get hate, then whatever. Because they don't matter. Love you. Besides, they're jealous because you are rocking my world every night. Yeah, I said that the D is fire. So then Ryan said, who said I gave a damn about what these jealous people say anyway? Ha ha, now come get it. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm gonna save that for Patreon. Because Ryan ain't rocking nothing. Okay, I can tell you that from over here. Over here. And it's like, why do we need to know that? Okay. Anyway, I just feel like the sex thing is, even with the special, she was talking about sex with this person. Oh, visits are not allowed with this person. It's such an emphasis on sex. It's such an emphasis on sex. And I just don't understand why. And I'd be thinking about when Nick was saying, what they say is IQ was like a 77, and he was really into BDSM and all that stuff, and she would dress up for him and try to please him. I said she's falling back into that trap with Ryan, and Ryan is eating it up. Okay, now let's get to Gypsy's family. They ain't crap. Okay, I'm gonna say it. Gypsy dad over there, nope. The stepmom, nope. I said what I said. No. What they got going on over there, they want to argue with Ryan about Gypsy should be married right now. And I think it's just a battle over income. Like she's calling her dad. The dad really don't have a lot to say. He has so much to say. It was time for the wedding. She didn't invite them down to the wedding. And Ryan invited nobody. They just made it about them. They wanted Gypsy to come live with them initially, and I was for it. I was like, I think Gypsy should come live with them. But hear me out. Would they have let the stepmom included? Do you think if Gypsy was still wheelchair bound, or she had all these ailments that Dee Dee put on her, would they take Gypsy in? Or is it that they are rushing to take celebrity Gypsy in? Y'all let me know your thoughts. I feel like they would not have rushed to come to, if Gypsy was not, and I'm doing air quotes, as healthy as walking around, going here, going there, able to make this circuit. The stepmom will be wanting to be sitting right there next to Gypsy where Ryan is. I don't feel like it wasn't warm to me. They just didn't seem warm to me. You know what I mean? Don't get married. Where is she supposed to turn to? Like, what are you guys doing but living your life? I don't get it. Now, even when I think about how Gypsy could have possibly called her dad and told him what was going on, would he have rushed over there and believed her? It's so many things I want to know. I think it's just a money grab. Before I do that, I wanted to share. I forgot to share this with you. So they get married finally. So her and Ryan go off and get married. This dude right here. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up. I was done with him. Let me see if I got it. You guys, can I share it? I was done with him. I was like, what is this man doing? After they get married, it's just something off about Ryan, and I'm gonna play it right here. It's just something. Let me see if I can share it. Share screen. Let me see, guys. I might not can share it because I didn't. Let's see if they will allow me. No, it wouldn't. Okay, let me see. Hold on, guys. Sorry, I want to share this with you so bad. I'm gonna see if they'll do it. I wouldn't. Okay. So basically, Ryan, I thought I could share, guys. I wanted you to get the visual. So you're watching this Lifetime. Hold on, maybe I can do it right here. Hold on 1 second. So we're watching this Lifetime thing. Finally happy that Gypsy is in love. Let's see. I'm gonna go to my TikTok and see if it'll play. And if you guys aren't following me on TikTok, please do. Let's see. All right, let's see. Sorry, guys. Sister Wives is playing. I really want you to see this. I really want you to see this. Okay. This right here. Let's see. Okay, let me see if I can share it now. So I was sitting there watching it, and I'm finally falling for the fact that they're in love now. I'm falling for it. Now let's play this. All right.
That my mother put me through growing up and in my adulthood, going through prison. I feel like marriage is something that I can tackle on.
Y'all, he driving around by himself, shooting confetti out the.
And everything that my mother put me through growing up and in my
Y'all, when I saw this man driving down the street, oh sorry. Sorry, guys. When I saw this man driving down the street in his Cadillac with a Jerry sign shooting out confetti by himself, I was like, something wrong with him. Something wrong with him. Now, let's talk about the wedding. Y'all already know it's about to be a big to-do. So this is my top. I'm going to close it out with this. This is going to be my top 4 things that's going to happen, right? Number 1, they about to redo their wedding. It's about to be some Princess Diana televised event, and I already know it's going to be a special for that. I am not here for it, but I'm going to watch it. But I am not here for that. They're going to have a gypsy wedding special, right? They're going to have a gypsy wedding divorce and all that. She's about to get her teeth fixed, and she's about to get her nose done. We already know that. Nothing against her nose at all, but we already know this is what Gypsy about to do. She's about to have a whole facial body BBL makeover, okay? Number 3, she's going to, I don't think she's going to have kids with Ryan. I think she might announce a pregnancy, but I don't think we're ever going to see any kids or anything like that. Number 4, we're not going to see a foundation or nothing like that. Gypsy is about to be an influencer with Get Ready With Me, a YouTube channel, and she's about to capitalize and make billions. Now, do I feel like she doesn't deserve to tell her story and her story doesn't need to be sold? This is her story. Yeah, you definitely should get paid off of it. The thing is the celebrity stuff and the clapbacks for me. Also, who? Okay, speaking of Nick, okay, did you guys hear the rumor that Page 6? Hold on, let me see if I got. Somebody got a letter from Nick. Okay, now this is where it begins because Nick is about to start the New York Post, that's what it was. It says ex-boyfriend of Gypsy Rose calls herself Mr. Smiley in a creepy email to the Post. Now, let me tell you what happened here, allegedly. So this is what happened on The View. Gypsy explained that people should not call her a murderer because she did not commit the act. Yes, she did. Like she said, she did tell him what to do. She did plan it out, but she did not commit the act. So people should not call her a murderer. I would love to know what you think about that. Facts is facts. I mean, she sort of was a hitman. She didn't do it. She just planned it, right? So she wasn't, she just basically hired a hitman, I think, is what I would say. She did not commit the act. And then when we get down to Nick, allegedly he did more than what he was sent there to do. And I mean by that, SA, they said that it was an assault on Dee Dee's body as well, besides the killing. Okay. That's what it is. A co-conspirator. That's what it was. Like, you know, you could think positive all you want, girl, but you definitely had a hand in that. Now, do it seem like anybody crying for Dee Dee? No, nobody's crying for Dee Dee. Nobody's saying, oh no. No, you had a part in this. You had a part in this. Okay, let me share this New York Post thing, and I'm gonna get on out y'all hair. Okay, let's see, share. Okay, so it says the killer ex-boyfriend of Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Oh, wait a minute, guys. Yeah, you can see me. Okay. Who fatally plunged a knife in her mother, referred to himself as Mr. Smiley, and refused to mention his famous former gal pal in a bizarre email to the Post on Wednesday, days after her new documentary aired, right? I want people, this is what he said. I want people to know that I am not lost in the ether of all of what is going on with whom shall not be named. I am just being patient for my true time to speak. Nick Godejohn, 34, wrote from the Potosi Correctional Center in Missouri. Godejohn has been mum since Blanchard was sprung from prison on parole last month for convincing him to kill his mother following years of medical abuse at his hands. The pair's sensational crimes were detailed in the HBO documentary Mommy, Dad, and Dearest and the Hulu scripted series The Act. Okay. So yeah, Nick is about, I mean, look at him. Look at the cameras. I don't know if y'all can see this. Look at Gypsy and dude. Cameras rolling behind them. It's too much. It's too much. And it says a lot of questions will be answered in a foreseeable interview at the right time, which is now. When I tell you, I already know the networks are going to get his side of the story because people are starting to turn on Gypsy. Okay. Also, he added in the email, Godejohn appeared polite and childlike, using smiley faces 6 times during the 109-word correspondence. Stay positive, healthy, and safe, Mr. Vago, he said, referring to a Post reporter at the end of the exchange. True sincerity, Nicholas, Mr. Smiley Godejohn. Oh my goodness. Meanwhile, in Blanchard's new Lifetime documentary, The Prison Confessions of Gypsy Rose Blanchard, aired Sunday, where she accused Godejohn of R-wording her after he killed her mom. Because I didn't let him R-word my mother, I had to agree to let him R-word me. After Nick off my mother, he told me to get in my bedroom and take all the stuffed animals that were on my bed. I knew he was going to have with me. Okay. This is crazy. So now his attorney is actually trying to go up for a second time pleading his case. Now, I was like, did he deserve more time? Yeah, that's my opinion. He definitely deserved more time than Gypsy. He shouldn't be out no 7 years, in my opinion. But 100 years without the possibility of parole when he was involved in it. He didn't lie about it. When he went in that room, he told police, yeah, I did it. Gypsy continued to lie, even lie on the phone after she was arrested. So it seemed like Nick just, I don't know. It's no way you could even rationalize this without going back and forth. Well, did this happen? Did that happen? Did this happen? Did that? It's just a mess. But I wish Gypsy would get out the spotlight. Not that I'm hating that she's in the spotlight. It's just like, girl, it's not looking right. It's not spelling out remorse. Okay. She's doing way too much and she's cocky. There we go, y'all. So I just had a time with this story. I wanted to talk about it. I think it's fascinating. Never in a million years. Not what happened to her. what's happening now. Never in a million years where I think she would get out and get on Instagram and start having 8 million followers and talk about how the D is fire. As always, take care of yourself and each other, and whoever is on Gypsy Rose PR team, y'all go do the right thing.
Commentary blue, commentary burgundy, commentary, comment blue, commentary, comment burgundy blue, commentary blue, commentary.